Shartimus Prime, Shartimus Prime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shits. Shartimus, subscribe.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Shartimus Prime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the 2024 Spider-Man Vintage Collection Retro Card Wave Jack-O-Lantern, which I am very excited to have. This figure looks really good, and I do like Jack-O-Lantern. He's just not the most fearsome of foes, right? And I'm mostly familiar from him in Spectacular Spider-Man 56 and a whole bunch of the current books. But anyway, this figure is looking awesome so far already. It says Hovercraft right over there. From my memory, this is his pogo pad. Launch himself hecka far from just, you know, bouncing off of things. Anyway, nothing on the side. On the back right over here, you can see the little blueprint thingy, and then you can see there's a read up over there. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. Nothing on this side either, or on the top or bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's Jack-O-Lantern out of the packaging, and I gotta say, he looks cool. I'm liking this figure. That head sculpt is just really popping out at me. The paint apps on this thing, I mean, you could just tell, looking at this, that this is not a bad-looking figure at all. I'm not going to have a whole lot to complain about during this video, but anyway, let's get a closer look at the accessories, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. So the figure does not come with this clear stand. We've seen this with several figures before. I think most recently the Hawkeye figure came with one of these, and you can go ahead and plug this into the very bottom of his hovercraft or pogo pad, which, yeah, I believe it actually does hover, like, especially when he turns into Mad Jack, or they reiterate the character. But anyway, yeah, you can see how that just plugs into this, and that's very, very cool to do. I like having it, but I also love having the option to port this on. Can see some weird marbling stuff going on in some parts of the plastic right here. I do get irritated when I see that, but other than that, it's mostly smooth. You get two pegs sticking up right over there. I really do like this a lot. And then you have some interchangeable hands right over here. You have a pumpkin bomb holding hand, a wide open hand over here. I really like the wrinkles in these and everything. And you get these fisted hands, which look pretty good as well. And then this is really awesome. So you could go ahead and attach this right onto his belt, and I think this is pretty cool. It stays on there quite nicely, and you can shake the figure around a whole bunch, and it's not falling off. I absolutely love this. Oh man, I love this head sculpt. I think Hasbro did a fantastic job with this pumpkin head. I do see it looks like his right eye is slightly larger than the left. You can see that right over there, and that harkens back to, I think this image right here is probably the #1 inspiration that they used, or reference image that they used for making this figure, which I think is cool. I'll touch on some points that are missing from that image, and there have been several changes with the character, but damn, I love this translucent plastic right there, the yellow fading to the orange. It's very fun to get some light going through there. I had some fun with this. Now, one thing that kind of irks me a little bit, just a tiny bit, is sometimes you can see some gappage if you tilt the head back. I don't like seeing the peg right over there. I wish this would kind of cover up that spot. You know, we just shift around, and there you go. So, you know, that's how much of a problem that is. Like, for real, man, my problems with this figure are minimal, but I am going to point out things that I'm seeing, you know? And, God, I love this scale mail. It looks so damn good, man. And the butterfly joints work out really well with this figure, too. This is awesome. I really like this a lot. And then we have some Vulcan parts right over here. I don't like that I can't straighten out the elbows all the way. The gloves look good. There's the bombs again right there around the waist. I'll get into the articulation in just a moment, because those, oh man, it just works out really well over here. We have these Vulcan thighs, and we've seen these boots before. And you can see some nice treads right there at the bottom of the feet. We'll mention that he doesn't have his zappers right over here on the back of his hands. I guess not all versions had that, but it would have been a nice touch to include those. And I cannot complain about the articulation. I mean, I do prefer the neck hinge, but this works for me. He does look up a bit, and you can get him to look down. Shifts forward and back like a pile driver, turns side to side. A little bit of head wiggling. And then you can see we have those butterfly joints that I mentioned earlier. Shoulders will move up and out that much. Inward, as far as they can go, you know, without running into these bombs right over here. You could rotate a full 360, bicep swivel, and then you have the pinless double jointed elbows, which, man, you want to be careful. You don't want to pop this bicep joint right here while getting this top elbow joint to move. I thought I'd bent that joint earlier, but it's kind of cold in the garage. But yeah, those double jointed elbows do bend in quite a bit. But yeah, be mindful of that. Heat up your figure. If it gets stuck like that, heat it up. Don't force it and break your figure. All the wrists turn side to side and hinge up and down. He crunches forward quite a bit and back. You get a nice waist cut right here. I love how nothing's running into itself or anything over there with the hips. And then you can move them outward right here, kick forward, back a little bit, upper thigh cut, nice pinless double jointed knees. Boot rotation, ankles down. They do move up very nicely, which is super helpful, getting him on that pogo pad. And of course, he's got the beautiful ankle pivot. Now to measure out this jack-o'-lantern, you can see that he is standing pretty tall. A little bit over 7.5 inches with that flame up there. Then for a jack-o'-lantern comparison, you can see we have the Toy Biz Mad Jack, and then we have the Build-A-Figure jack-o'-lantern. All three of these different aliases, right? I don't think none of them are the same dude under those pumpkins. Then, of course, I had to bring out jack-o'-lantern next to the OG pumpkin head over here. We have the Figura Obscura Headless Horseman from Four Horsemen Studios, and while I think Hasbro did a fantastic job with this head sculpt, I do like this one more, and they seem to scale well together, so I am curious just to see how this would work if we try to head swap. Oh, it does not port on. The head's a little bit too big, but oh yeah, you know, you could get it to rest on there, use some sticky tack if you think this is the ideal jack-o'-lantern head that you want on your Marvel Legends figure. If you really wanted to do that, well, there you go. Doesn't look bad. It looks pretty cool, actually. Getting this to stay on here isn't really happening, though. The ball peg is just a little bit... I mean, why would you... I'm not going to try to force it on there, but you could kind of make that work. But I don't know. What do you guys think about this? And then here's Jack-O-Lantern next to a couple of his nemesis. We have Machine Man and Hobgoblin. And I did read that Hobgoblin and Jack-O-Lantern did team up, but then at some point he did temporarily become Hobgoblin. I haven't read the books yet where we get to that, in Amazing Spider-Man anyway. So I'm very close to getting to the Hobgoblin stories, but yeah, I'm at around issue 230 something, and then this all happens starting around 250, I think, so I'm not too far away from it. Very much looking forward to those books. And then here's Jack-O-Lantern next to what I consider to be my two favorite Hasbro Marvel Legends Spider-Man figures. We have the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, and we have the Walmart exclusive animated Spider-Man. Which of these two do you prefer? Which one's your favorite? Don't mention another one. Don't, you know what I mean? Out of these two right here, which do you prefer? I want to know. I'm going to read the comments. And then here's Jack-O-Lantern next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Oh man, I don't know why we're ever enemies. We both love green. We should be pals, right? So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I certainly had a great time with this figure. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. And if you're new here and you want to see more, well, I have more coming your way, so hit that subscribe button as well. And this is a spectacular figure. I really, really love this thing. It came out just awesome. I love the new parts that they have here. I don't mind the reuse of some of the older parts that we're seeing with this figure. It's all cohesive. It all makes sense. I think the accessories are great. But getting into my little gripes, maybe having a little stand, you know, for that pogo pad would be pretty cool to have with the figure. And I guess maybe some minor gappage issues around the neck, but that's not even a serious complaint for me. It didn't really bother me much. I actually just really enjoyed this figure. My complaints are minimal. Sure, these figures could use more paint detail. I always like that, but I am satisfied with the paint on this figure. It looks awesome to me. I'm very happy with this, and I've been wanting a new Jack-O-Lantern for quite a long time. So at the price point of $25, I'm gonna give this Jack-O-Lantern a Sud rating of... And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments section below. Are you as stoked as I am about this figure? Am I kind of alone on this? I think a lot of comic reading fans are going to enjoy this piece. Anyway, I want to hear it. I'm going to read your comments. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
To me, I'm very happy with this. Goblin, right? So, Hey, new Sharpness Prime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't. Your face.